Hi guys. Okay, so I forgot my camera stand, which is crazy because I live for my camera stand and my camera stand lives for me. We are together, we are one. But I forgot the fucking camera stand. So I forgot the camera stand. So I'm gonna have to like put my phone, if you can see it, you can't even see it. I don't know. It's like up against a ice tray. Up against the ice tray. Whatever. So now I'm doing another step, and like I've said, my steps aren't like golden, they aren't perfect. I just watched a lot of YouTube videos and talked to friends and family who have moved out of state and stayed out of state, and I watched YouTube videos and talked to people who've moved out of state and had to come back, and why they had to come back and what didn't work, and if it was a financial thing, an emotional thing, a mental thing, like what happened, if it wasn't what they thought. Like I've done like my due diligence and like researching and communicating with people on moving to another state. So like I said, I've just come up with some tips that I think would help me, some steps or some rules or whatever that would help me successfully permanently move to another state. So I just wanted to, especially if you're moving alone, a lot of like one of my friends, he's always talking about like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. But like if you are going from one state to another and you have friends to move into, you're moving to another state and you can leave your house, move into a family member's house and not have to pay rent off the top, not have to get a job off the top, you really don't have shit to worry about. I think if all of us could move in with somebody else and not have to worry about getting a job or paying rent, we could all move wherever we wanted, honestly. So this is, my videos are more or less for people like in my situation. Granted, I just have Romeo, he's, my dog, but I do think my videos are more for people who are like alone, or a couple, like people who are like, they just can't go and they don't have to have money, they don't have to have a job immediately. This is more like people who, when you need a plan from A to Z, you have to have things lined up. That's like I said, but my tips aren't like, this is just how I'm doing it, this is just how I did it, this is how I came up with it, and I just want to more or less like help people. And if people want to leave me things in the comments, or if I like am helping somebody, that's pretty much all it is. So basically, like I said, I don't think, I've been kind of filming these a little bit out of order because I do have the tips listed in order, but they kind of merge and intersect and intertwine a lot. So, but one of my tips was, I won't even say a number at this point. One of my tips was to, and I know this isn't going to be for everybody. I know everybody, because of like financial, emotional reasons, like, or whatever, you just cannot visit the state that you want to move to more than once. You can't go down there, look around, like whatever. But this is just how I did it. This is how I'm doing it. So basically, I'm moving to Florida from Ohio. So I'm in Florida right now. Basically, this step was secure the job, secure the bag. So 3 weeks ago, I called the office that I'm moving down to, and I said, hey, I'll be down there, I want to move, I want to transfer, and I talked to my regional manager, and I said, hey, I really want to transfer. So I set that up, and I had an interview this morning. I got the job. We talked about things. I was very honest with her about things I didn't know, and honest with her about things I do know. We had a long conversation. It was pretty good. I met everybody at the office, and she showed me around. It was really good. It was really nice to have that job security, because although it is just me, I do have Romeo, and it is very important for me to make sure that he is well taken care of, because he is always my main priority. He always comes first. So I had to make sure I have a job, a source of income. That just makes me feel better, especially of my upbringing of moving from different hotels, moving from different houses, not having foods, living in cars, sometimes being able to go on really extravagant vacations, and then other times losing all of my stuff in store. Like I have to have a security, like financially. I have to have that. I have to have money coming in constantly. I have to make sure I always am making as much money as I possibly can. So her and I talked about a lot of different things, and it was really, really a good conversation. And I was honest with her. She was honest with me. And that's just pretty much what it was. And I told her I'll be coming late June. And so she basically told me I got the job. I met the lead dentist. It was really good. Met the practice owner. It was like she was the lead dentist. It was like really good. It was a really good conversation. And like I said, I got the job. And because cost of living is a little bit more expensive down here, they do. She did offer me a raise. After a 3-month period or whatever, a 3-month grace period. And I said, okay. So basically, if I found an apartment and it was a little bit more expensive, I would just have to, what I would do is hustle in Cincinnati, so that way I would be able to pay the rent up until the 3-month period was over. And granted, I wouldn't bank everything on getting a crazy stupid raise, but I would anticipate the fact that I would be getting raised. So if you just hustle and grind for these 3 months, hustle and grind now, and then, not splurge for the 3 months, you'll be fine. So should be fine. Right now, I would be able to pay 3 months rent at $1,300. If I had to pay 3 months rent on $1,300, I could do it. So I basically went. And another thing is, I wanted to tell you guys what I did. I don't want to say what you guys should do or what you should do, but just as a tip, what I did was I found the location of my job, and I'm going to try to live within a 30-minute radius of my job, because it is a new city, it is a new town, and I want to be close to work until I get more comfortable. So I do want to live like 30 minutes close to my job. So what I did was I drove 30 to 40 minutes, roughly 30, 40 minutes north, south, east, west. Like I drove in all the directions so I could make sure I knew my surroundings. I wanted to see it in the springtime. I want to see this place in the fall. I would recommend you visit the place that you want to move, the city or the state or the area. I'll just say the area. I would recommend you visit the area you want to move in at least twice. I know you might not be able to because of financial reasons. Maybe you're saving all your money so you can move, so you can't do it till you do the big move. But this is the first time, and I have another. I think I'm moving in June. It's April. I told my job in February. So I'm here in April visiting. I think I'm going to visit again the first week of June, because I'm not coming here to the last week of June. I think I'll either come the last week of May or the first week of June, but I do want to visit it twice. I think you should visit it in different seasons. I think you should visit at different times. I think you should visit when you're in a good mood, when you're in a bad mood. I think you should just, have a good idea of what you're getting yourself into. I think you should always give yourself a safety net. Like I said in the previous video, or I don't know what order I'm going to post these videos in. Like I've said before, you never really know what's going to happen. I watched one video where a girl moved to Las Vegas, and she actually had to move back home after 4 months because she ran out of money. She never found a job, and she had to move back home with her family and then try again in a couple of years. I've watched another video, I think I said this already, where a girl literally moved solely off of her savings. She didn't have a job. She didn't find a job for a while, but she had so much money in her savings, she was fine. So she found a job. I think she didn't find a job for 3 months, but she was fine. She had food. She said she did furniture shopping. She said she was cool. Because of my childhood, I think it has a lot to do with my upbringing. I just cannot ever put myself in a financial strain. It would bring so much trauma and anxiety back. I could never do it. So that's why I had to make sure I have a job. So I got the job. She actually told me if I wanted to come down here, because I told her I'll be down here in May or early June. She's like, well, you're already hired basically, and you work within the company. She's like, so you have a clock in. We don't have to go do any of that. She's like, so if you when you come to visit, if you have a free day and you bring some scrubs, come and start working. So the next time I visit, either late May or early June, I'm definitely going to bring a pair of scrubs, and I'm going to work for at least one day. The hours are really nice. I really like the hours. I love the people. Everything seemed nice. Everything seems nice at first, but I think it was honestly a really good atmosphere, and I really did like it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here for maybe 4 days and work. I'm going to come work a 4-day down here and see what the office is like, because it's different when you start working at it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, one of my tips I highly suggest, and I know this is not easy, to make sure you have a job before you move, because you have to apply. And then a lot of places, because I'm transferring, what am I doing? I don't put mascara on with my left hand. I'll fucking kill myself. But with a lot of companies, Okay, I've used this mascara for the last time. I literally, like, it is on its last limb. But a lot of companies, because I remember when I tried to move out of state, because I was thinking about it a few years ago, and I applied to places, they wouldn't even consider you until you actually lived in the state. Or if you live in the state, you would need a job. How am I gonna? And then you can't even. This is the crazy thing. When you're trying to move out of state, a lot of jobs won't even like interview you until you live in the state. But if you live in the state, a lot of places won't give you an apartment until you have a job. So it's like, it's a catch-22. Either way, you're fucked. Honestly, either way, you're fucked. You can't get a job until you get an apartment. You can't get an apartment until you have a job. So it's like, what do I do? I just did it again. I'm crazy. So, oh, much better. So it's pretty much a catch-22. So I'm just very grateful that I got this figured out. So that's why I would think like saving as much money as possible, because I have like had friends that have moved and they said they were able to offer like 3 months rent in advance. So the place was like, okay, yeah, but you have to be looking for a job now. Or if you offer 6 months rent in advance, then they'll be okay with that. Like if you don't have a job, they'll be like it. Or some people, no, that's basically the same thing. So yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that on YouTube. My friends have done it. My family's done it. If you offer your landlord so much money at a time, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I got the job. I love the office. I'm probably gonna come down here and work. And see what that's all about. I'm gonna have to use my left hand because I'm holding this. But wow. Look at me bringing the shittiest mascaras on vacation. This is the first time I've worn makeup in like a week. Because I don't really wear makeup. But we're going down to Miami today. So I kind of, like, today is like, it was like kind of business. But now I'm kind of like having fun today. Like I didn't go to the beach yesterday. What am I talking about? Hoping. But yeah, so basically securing the job. When you go to visit to have fun. When you go to visit a new state that you're trying to move in, go to visit to have fun. Definitely look for fun things there are. I found painting places, I found dog places for Romeo, obviously the beach, malls, places to get my nails done. So yeah, basically you go to have fun, go to find things that are really fun to do. But basically when you go to visit, look for 3 things. Fun things to do, because you don't want to go somewhere and you have a job and you have a place to live, there's no fun. And then look for a job and look for a place to live. So for the next 2 days while I'm here, since I already secured the job, I found hella fun things to do all around my job. Is like painting places and like places to take Romeo, and nail places. I love the nails. And malls and stuff, and parks and museums. I love museums. Like, so I'm cool on that stuff. People always compliment me on how long my eyelashes are. But honestly, I mean, I wouldn't want short eyelashes. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, they get intertwined so much. And your mascara basically has to be perfect. So long. Does that look okay? Nope. Looks a lot different than that side. Well, the bobby pin, I would separate them. I don't have anything short. It's fine. But let's see. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, you basically look for a job and look for an apartment. So now I have to find a place to live. Because I'm new to town, I really want to find an apartment that is close to my job. The maximum I'll do is 30 minutes. So I have to find an apartment that's close to my job. At least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. Because I don't want to be hella fucking far away from my job and I'm new. So that's what my thing is. That's what I'm doing. I really want to find something that's really close. And I want to find a place that's safe for Romeo for me to leave him. That's another thing. Like, make sure it's a safe neighborhood. That's why I said you want to go in different seasons, different times of the day. I'm going to make sure it's like, even if it's pitch black at 3, and like, no place is perfect. There's no super safe place in the world. Like, it'd be a lie to say that. But I want to make sure it's like safe overall. Like, I want to make sure, like, you know, I could walk him at 3 in the morning. I could leave him at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. When I go to work in the morning, I don't have to worry about anybody like taking anything. Like, that's basically like my main goal. Even though I will be putting like security cameras outside my door and in the house, I mean, that doesn't really stop people sometimes. But yeah, just making sure it's safe. And so today is the apartment search. So basically, I marked off everything on my list. It's got the job, found fun shit to do, and now I gotta make sure I have a place for him and I to live. And I also have to figure out how I'm getting my truck down here. I haven't, my truck is honestly, it's not in the best condition to, drive downhill all the way from Ohio. So what I'm thinking about doing is, flying it downhill. I don't know. Some people like load up their car in like a U-Haul and they just drive, or some people just buy a car when they get downhill. No, I'm taking my car. It's just I don't know if I should have it flown or if I should just inch it downhill, but I'm already driving a U-Haul downhill. So I think I might have my truck flown. Like, I think that'd probably be the best. Is to have it like flown downhill. So I don't have to deal with that. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is make sure because it might be hard to find a dentist. Like, granted, I work at a dentist office, but you know, it might be hard to like find a new doctor, find a new dentist, find a new dentist for your kids, find a new vet for your dog or your animal. What I'm gonna do is, and well, I already did this, but I have 2 doctor's appointments. One when I get back, it's in early May, and then one in June is the checkup one. Basically, what I would recommend is go to the doctor that you have now, or go to the vet that you have now, or the dentist or whatever, and get caught up on everything. If you need a shot, or your dog needs a vaccine, or if you need like some fillings or something done, get caught up on everything now, because you don't know how long it would take to find a doctor or a new dentist. And if you do find one, you might not even feel comfortable with them, or if you find a vet, you might not feel comfortable with them. So what I would recommend is you get caught up on everything before you move to a new state. So I'm gonna go to the doctor, I say like, hey, do I need any shots, do I need any this, do I need any that, and then once I'm caught up on everything, and I should be fine for like 2 months. Why am I so backwards? 2 months. I should be fine for like 6 months. I meant to say 6 months. I don't even know where the 2 came from. But like, I should be fine, because then at least I'll fix this in the car. But then, yeah, so you should be good for 6 months if you go to the doctor, because that's normally for dentist appointments and like doctor's appointments and like checkups with dogs. You go like twice a year, so that's like every 6 months. So yeah, I'm gonna go get caught up on all my shots, do my monthly physical, go to the gyno, make sure Romeo's caught up on everything. He has a couple of other appointments before we go, because he's kind of fat, so we've been checking his weight. But we're gonna make sure everything's good. Actually, oh, the bun is just backwards. Fix it in the car. But yeah, we're gonna make sure he's caught up on everything. And so that's pretty much it. Just get caught up on everything. make sure everything's good. Go to the eye doctor because you don't know if you're going to find a one that you like, because it takes a couple. I mean, granted, you might find one right off the bat that you like, but if it takes a while to find a doctor, you don't want to be like needing something and you can't go. So, oh, and if you're like me and you have a trade or a certification, you have to get certified in that state. So another thing I talked to the job about today is that I have to transfer my x-ray license, because I'm only certified to take x-rays in Ohio, but I have to transfer my license, and I don't know what that takes. Like, I've heard different things. Like, some people say you just call the board and you say, hey, I'm moving, can you certify me? And then other people say for certain certifications you have to take a test. So I'm actually not sure what would certify you. Maybe it wasn't up high enough. This side is damaged because I was blonde on all one side. Like, I'll post pictures up. But I was like golden on all one side. I was golden on all one side. So basically, like, sometimes, not even sometimes, I don't know why I said sometimes, this side is just naturally shorter because it basically got fucked. Because I put like 4 boxes of hair dye on this side. Like 4. It takes 1 to dye your whole head. I use 4. So this side's fucked. I mean, it's fine. For the most part, it's healthy. I go and get my hair done at the hairdresser. She does my deep conditions and rebraids me. But, I mean, for the most part, it's fine. It's just, it took a hit. It took a hit. Then I dyed my ends of my hair gold and red, and blonde and red, and I had to bleach that. So this side, she's been through it. She has been trying her best. So, she's doing her job. She's been trying. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much this video. Oh, my hands are so soft now. But that's pretty much that video. Sorry for the going back and forth. I just remember things at different times. And, I don't know. That's pretty much it. Just trying to visit here, trying to find an apartment. Got the job, got to find the apartment. Got to figure out what are good neighborhoods and what are bad neighborhoods. Got to find places to eat. Good thing about my job is right, like, it's a plaza. And it's right next to a grocery store, right next to the nail lady, right next to, there's kind of a dog store, like not a dog store, like a pet store, like up the street. There's clothing stores, there's the grocery, like, granted, like, I'm just lucky. Like, I'm so lucky everything's right on top of each other. I can go to work, get the groceries, but I don't really grocery shop anymore. I kind of Amazon everything. I don't really care to go to the grocery store, so I have everything, all my groceries to my house. That's what I've been doing for months. Oh, got the towels. Okay. But, okay guys, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will try to keep going with this, but I don't think it's going to take that many videos, and I don't want to do long videos. I've seen some people where they do like moving to a different state, and they do it in part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 1 is like an hour, part 2 is like 10 minutes, and then other people, they do moving to a different state, and they just say how they did it in like a story time video, and it's like 20 minutes and that's it. And other people, they take like an hour to explain everything. So I think I'm going to do it in parts. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. Mwah.